Hey, what's up, guys? I guess I haven't made a video in a while, so I thought I'd make one kind of showing what I'm struggling with trying to do something in this area right here. That's kind of what I'm trying to wrap my head around right now. The bike originally had these plates on here like this. Uh, they kind of dropped the ball. This is a nice bike. You know, these are metal. There's two of them. There's one on each side, even though, like, some of the catalog pictures you see and stuff, it only has one. They actually had two on there. But when they're on there, I don't understand. They went to the trouble to make it so nice, but it doesn't line up with the frame down here. It looks kind of weird. It lines up here and here, but here they didn't like follow the contour of this part of the frame. So that's kind of weird, but I'm replacing it anyway, so it's no big deal. So what I'm kind of trying to do, actually what I want to end up with is something like this. Put these in here. So that's kind of what I'm going for, something like that, but it's going to be thick. I want it to be an inch thick. There's two frame rails here, and I want it to extend out past this tube here, or at least be flush with it. So I want to make it out of a 1-inch thick piece of wood, which I have. The problem is when you go to put it in, you can't. What I want to do, what people have said, is to come all the way back to here, but you can't. When something's that thick, I made up another template, or kind of a mock-up out of foam that's actually an inch thick, and this one's already been cut down. But when you go to put it in, it's going to have to go in like that, and when you start getting up to here, you run into, you can't see that, you run into interference problems down here. Now I've got that, I think I've got it all solved, but first of all, I'm going to cut slots in here so it'll get past this stuff. But so then you end up with something, now that'll go up in there further, but this is basically where it needs to be, kind of, to be able to come around and get in there. And that's the top half of it. What I'm planning on doing is doing a top half and a bottom half. I don't know if you can see the line on there. But there's going to be a top half. That'll go in first, and then this bottom part will bolt into the top part. So I also need to be conscious of what is in the way when I go to bolt this in. It's probably going to take some long bolts going in this way. But so what I figured out was to get this thing in, this is about the size it needs to be, and as you can see, to fill up that space, it needs to be a little bit longer, because the way this one fits in, and I may just run a thing just like this and not do the bottom part, but so that pretty much fills up the space. It's a little bit short, but it's close enough. But this one, you know, if I made it an inch thick and made it this shape, it's kind of a dumb angle there, but when you start to drop it down and out, it hits the post, hits the seat post back there. So the easy solution would be to cut this in half, but I didn't want to, I couldn't figure out how to put it back together and make it look nice. I'd rather have this just be one piece. So what I've kind of settled on, and this is my piece of wood here, you can see it's an inch thick. I don't know if the lines will show up, but this is kind of, let's see, this is what I'm thinking about doing, if I can get the whole thing in there. And this is the top right here. And so what I'm thinking about doing is making it two pieces, but I'm going to have this piece come out and have a little kick up that matches this piece. So it should, when it's all painted and everything, it should all look like one piece. So I'm going to try it that way. I've got some more wood here to, if this doesn't work, and I've at least got some more wood to try it again. This isn't that expensive. This is like $10 for this piece. So that's what I'm kind of going for. The other thing is, I'm still sort of working on the angle, what it's going to look like. Pretty sure it's going to look like that. It's just this part here is going to extend back a little bit further. So if you can imagine that. And the reason I did that is this tube here, it's not really a complete curve. It starts to curve and it has like a kink in it, and then it goes straight. This part here is straight. So that's why I didn't do another curve coming down here like that. I thought this looked a little better. And it's going to have some other stuff on there too. So you won't see this as much. This is basically just ending up being a mounting surface for some other things that I'm doing. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm going to try and cut this wood up tonight. It's so hot here, it's hard to go outside or go out to the garage and actually do anything. So that's kind of what I'm after. You can see if with this other piece in here, maybe if I do this, let's see. I think I might even be able to get both of them on here. Let's see, I've never tried this before, but go like that. And then take this one. There. Yeah, it's really not much of a difference. Actually, you can't hardly even see it there. But imagine if this line here came down a little bit more. I may actually, I don't have any room the way I laid it out on the wood, but I think that's close enough. It's hard to see, but you can kind of see with both of them on there how it's going to line up. So the other thing I haven't quite figured out yet is how I'm going to mount this once so you don't see a bunch of bolt holes and stuff. Obviously, I'm going to use these same mounting points because I don't want to add anything to it. Hopefully, it'll be strong enough, or I can bolt it on there strong enough. And then what I may do, or what I'm trying to do, is I'm going to have something else down here that kind of comes up and wraps around that might catch these bolts here. So that might give it a little more rigidity. But yeah, I'm still trying to kind of wrap my head around the best way to do that. But I'll make it work somehow. So that's where I'm at with that. I guess I'm gonna start working on it a little bit, and then I'll update it later if I have some success. So, talk to you guys later.